You are listening to Unstoppable Actors, the essential podcast for ambitious, unknown actors with me, Louise, the artistic director of Standby Method Acting Studio. And for the last 13 years, I've been taking unknown actors with blank CVs all the way to Netflix dramas, Amazon Prime films, TV soaps, and stage plays around the world. And every week I'll be talking with you and sharing how you can become a paid working unstoppable actor, because you 1000% can. An acting career is doable. Are you ready to dive into the episode? Before we jump in, if acting is the thing that you just simply cannot stop thinking about, if you've been working so hard, showing up to auditions, but still not getting cast as often as you know you could, it's probably not because you're not good enough. It's because you are overthinking. I have seen so many talented, super talented, new and early career actors hold themselves back by living in the head instead of in the moment. And the truth is, it is fixable. And that's why I created the Method Actor Circle, an online membership for new and early career actors who are deadly serious about building real, grounded, castable performances. Inside the Method Actor Circle, you'll get monthly method acting classes, audition coaching, monologue ebooks, business of acting classes, and so much more. And right now, you can try it for a full month for £1 using the code MAC1. So if you're ready to stop overthinking and finally own the stage and set, this is your moment. Head over to the Method Actor Circle at bit.ly/the Method Actor Circle and use code MAC1 to get started. So that link again is bit.ly/the Method Actor Circle, or click underneath where you press play and let's get you cast. I'm so excited to share with you today a story of when my audition felt like it could go absolutely wrong, but I managed to save my bacon somehow. And this is when I relaunched my acting career back in 2022. And I had done something called mental rehearsal, rehearsing the success that I wanted for myself, for my future actor self. And behind the scenes, I was working really hard on my craft, practicing my method acting exercises day in, day out to be as good as I possibly could. And I started to get more auditions than I'd ever had in my life. And at this point, I didn't have an agent. That was one of my goals. I was working on it. And one of the auditions that I had was for a stage show. And I was very excited because I love doing stage work. There's something about it that really makes you work your craft in the moment. There's no cutting. It's all live, so whatever happens, happens. And I love that danger about stage. That really keeps me on my toes. So I was so excited about this audition because I'd not done any stage work in a long time. But my audition started off on the wrong foot. And I want to share this story with you because I want to inspire you. I want you to see that you can turn things around as well with these simple tools and tips that I'm going to share with you, because if I can do it, you absolutely can do it as well. You are more than capable. Now, if you are brand new to the podcast, I am so excited that you're here. I'm so grateful that you've found this episode, because this is going to be one that's really going to help you when you do start auditioning, if you haven't already, or for your next audition, if you're already in the throes of getting those self-tapes out and those going to in-person auditions. And if you are a regular listener, I'm so excited that you are here to listen to another episode and load yourself up with even more knowledge. So this was an in-person audition. As I've already said, I was really excited about it, but this is where it started to go wrong. So I've got an ADHD brain, which means it takes me a little bit longer to process information. So I'd driven from Sheffield to Manchester, which was about a 55 minute drive. And I'd already pre-booked a car park, but once I got into Manchester city centre, I could not find the car park. Google Maps was just taking me around and around and around and around, and I was like, oh my gosh, where is this car park? And I'd set off with plenty of time to even think about like whether there would be traffic or not. So I was planned to get there early, but not being able to find this car park really threw me. And I started to panic a little bit because I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? Where am I going to park? And then I eventually found it. But then what happened is I put Google Maps on to get me to walk from the car park to the venue. This is always the worst part for me as an actor. I hate that walk from the car park to the venue because the venues are always really well hidden and you just can't find them. This happened to me years ago when I was auditioning in Leicester Square in London. It just took me forever to find the venue for an audition there as well. So I was a bit scared, but Google Maps was really hard to understand. And again, as I've already said, I've got an ADHD brain, so it just takes me a little bit longer to process information. But that was taking me round and round in circles. And I was like, oh my good Lord, am I ever going to make it to this audition? I started to get visions in my head that I actually was not ever even going to turn up to it. Anyway, I eventually found the place and I was late. And there was literally nothing I could do about it because I'd planned in advance. I'd put all the right things in place to get there on time. But as I was walking up to the venue, I was getting stressed. And I also started panicking because I was like, oh my God, I'm late. And I hadn't felt like I'd captured the character. There was just something about that character where I was like, I'm not quite connecting to them. I didn't feel on top of them. I didn't feel like I grasped them. And I'd done all of the prep work, all of the script analysis, all of the usual things that I do, all of the exercises, the chair exercise, punctuation exercises, tell me who you are, all of that good stuff. But I just didn't feel like I really had something I could grasp onto. And then I just thought to myself, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. I'm just going to have to let it be and use it as a learning curve. And I got in the space feeling very shaky. And when I say shaky, I don't mean physically shaky. I mean shaky because I was like, oh, I'm so not grounded because of all these things that have happened and the headspace that I was in on the lead up to get into the venue. But the most insane thing happened as soon as I got into the space, my instincts took over. And I was fully in the character. I was having such a good time with this character. I was finding new things out about them, making new discoveries, new moments happening in the scene that had never happened in the preparation stage. And as I was driving back to Sheffield, I had a little think about it because I felt really good. I was like, wow, what's happened there? How have I managed to turn this around? And as I was reflecting, I realised it's actually no accident. It's no accident that my instincts took over. It's because I've committed to my method acting development. So the exercises that are deeply embedded in me because I've worked them so much and practiced them so much, I don't need to force them out. I don't need to push. I don't need to logically think about them. Yes, it's took hours upon hours upon hours upon hours. I would guess that I've done thousands of hours practice, but every single one of those hours has been worth it for these kind of moments where your instincts just take over. And this is something that happens to my acting students as well. I got an email from Leanne, who is in our Method Actor Circle. This was maybe like 6 weeks ago, and she had a similar experience. Apart from it wasn't an audition, she was filming, and she had this story in her head that she just wouldn't be able to cry on cue. I mentioned this a few episodes ago, actually, and she was a little bit nervous about this, but once she got on set, her instincts just took over because she's been in the method acting classes and really thrown herself into the coaching. And because she's practiced the exercises a lot, her instincts just took over. And not only could she cry on cue for the wide shot and the mid shot, but even between takes, when things get a little bit chaotic on set and everything is happening and it's the least focused place you could be, when it came to a close-up where it really counts, she was still able to focus and her instincts took over again. So 3 times she could cry on cue for those 3 shots. So here's what I can tell you. Yes, I was late. Yes, I didn't feel fully prepped, but I had put the effort in. I just wasn't capturing the character in the preparation stage. But the preparation stage is not where it counts anyway. It's actually in the audition where it counts. No, I didn't get the role, but I made it into the shortlist of the top 3 actors that they chose from. And for me, that is a massive win. And the panel said, as you know, we were shaking hands to leave, they said they actually really enjoyed my audition and it was a really unique take on the character. So here are my tips for when everything seems to be going wrong on the day of the audition. When you are having a bad day, the first thing is surrender. Just surrender to whatever will be, will be. There's no value or purpose in stressing, because what you focus on grows. If you focus on stress, you'll get more stress. If you focus on surrendering, you'll get more surrendering and being in the moment and present, and then able to make bold choices instinctively. So that's the first thing. The second thing is train like your life depends on it, because your acting career does depend on it. Train so that the method acting exercises are embedded in you so deeply that they come out like second nature, even when it feels like everything is against you. Because there is no greater feeling than coming out of an audition going, whoa, I didn't think that was going to happen, but I had a lot of fun, I really enjoyed it, and I know I made an authentic connection, even if I get the role or not. The third thing is, if you're late because you tried your very best and things were out of your control, as they were for me, apologise once sincerely. That's it. You don't need to continue to apologise, because if you do that, you are just lowering your own status. You just need to own the fact that you're late, but you're going to show up and get in the space and do your best anyway. And I'm a big advocate of your talent doing the talking. Mistakes happen. As long as you're not being late all of the time, just a one-off every now and then is okay, because things do happen out of our control. And then the fourth tip is just go in with intention that whatever happens in the audition room, it's all going to be useful for learning. It's all going to be useful for that next audition, when you can take whatever happened in that previous audition and use it to your advantage to grow as an actor. So go in with that intention that I'm going to grow, I'm going to learn something, and it's all going to be valuable and useful no matter what happens. And if you can work to these four things, you're going to feel so much more confident in yourself, and you're going to deliver much better, sharper auditions. So I hope you've enjoyed these tips, and I hope you found them useful and inspiring. And I hope hearing some of my own failures with auditions is inspiring you as well, because we can't be perfect. We're not going to get things right all of the time, and we just have to accept that. If you want more of these tips and you want some hands-on practical method acting coaching, you can come and join our Method Actor Circle. You can get full access to everything inside of it, the business of acting classes, the cover letter workshops, the audition technique classes, the method acting classes, the monologue ebooks. It's all been designed to get you to become an unstoppable, castable actor, and you can get all of that for £1. We are doing a trial offer of £1 inside the Method Actor Circle, and it is an incredible place to be, with so many other supportive actors in there, all cheering you on as well. So as well as improving your craft, you're going to feel really, really supported. So all you need to do is go to bit.ly/the Method Actor Circle and enter the code MAC1. I'll see you in there. I've absolutely loved hanging out with you, and I really hope you found this episode inspiring. If you have, please do rate the podcast and hit follow so you never miss an episode, and I can help more actors like you. And come and join one of the most supportive, uplifting acting communities on socials, the Unstoppable Actors Facebook group, where you'll get your weekly injection of inspiration, networking, and receive your free Method Actors Handbook so you can become an unstoppable actor.